Just relax a moment, just find a neutral spine with a pelvic tilt. Relax your shoulders. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere, maybe even in the jaw or the back of the neck. Try and keep some length in the back of the neck so your chin pointing down towards your chest, not up to the ceiling. Palms up, shoulders just relaxed. Now, knees and feet hip width are parallel. Just see if you can drop one knee to the side, but keep your hips still. So sometimes holding your hands just there on your pelvis can give you a guide as to if you're already opening, tilting in the hips. So use your pelvic floor pull in, hollow towards the hips with the TVA. Control imprinting on the lower back. And just lowering one knee to the side and centering. Notice when one knee goes to the side that the other knee doesn't tilt with it. You'll find that the other knee wants to wobble. So bring some control into this now. Also, do you notice anything in the lower back as you drop one knee to the side? Does the loading, the weight change on the imprint? So if you can center it and keep it the same. Just breathing out lower, breathing in, centering. You feel like you've got it all still and you've got your weights close by, you can add in your chest press. So you can take one leg down, weights down, and then lift. One knee down, weights down, and then lift. So there's a lot going on in that move, you'll find. And something I've noticed is as soon as I've put the weights into this move, I've started kind of scrunching my toes and using my feet a little bit more so than my core. So I'm going to come back, bring it to the core and the imprint and try and take it away from the feet slightly. Then, if you want a bit more of a challenge, there's a little bit more coordination with this. Opposite knee, opposite arm drop. Centering. So by now you should have that imprint working really well. The core is making sure that the load is all centered, the hips aren't tilting. 3 more. Try and keep the length there at the back of the neck, chin pointing down towards the chest. Try not to hold the breath. And then release. Now just take a pelvic tilt. I'm going to hold on to the weights for a minute longer because we're going to shoulder bridge and I'm going to put them into the shoulder bridge. So a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Release lower back from some of that stabilising work. And we're going to go to a shoulder bridge next. So you might want to bring your feet a bit closer to your bum. Keep them parallel. So lifting up the hips. Bring the arms up and over. Now I've kept my weights into this move today. Over to the top. Progressions if you want. Straightening one leg. Then keep adding in the lift and lowers with the arms. Breathing out over the top. Breathing in. Back down. Squeeze glutes. Keep those hips still. They're not tilting. If you can, 4 lift and lowers with the arms. Keep the length at the back of the neck. If that's too much for you, putting in leg lifts and weights, and I'm going to swap legs now. Then all you're going to do is work with your pelvic tilt and your simple shoulder bridge. See if you can bring your arms up over the head. Find some length at the back of the neck. Keep squeezing in the glutes to keep those hips lifted. And again, just slowing down the breath. One more if you're with me with this leg lift. Arms over. Bring the feet down, slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug knees into chest. Perhaps a little bit of a circle or a spiral here. And another way around. So from here we're going to do our 5 sets for the core. So find neutral spine, relax shoulders, 4 toe taps, 8-second pulse, 8-second hold, and I'm going to give you progressions as you go if you want them. Just take the feet a bit further away from your body, because obviously with shoulder bridge we bring them close. Now see if you can take them away to a bit more of a right angle behind the knee. So 4 toe taps, knees, feet hip width apart. Ready? 4, 3, pull in pelvic floor. Imprint lower back down. 2, 1, lift head and shoulders, look to knees. If this doesn't suit your neck, you could place one hand behind the head, pulse one arm, or literally just hold in a chest lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sliding hands to knees. Again, you could just hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Progressions if you want. Tabletop. Imprint lower back down. 4 toe taps. 4, 3, 2. Pull in the pelvic floor. And 1. Lift and pulse. 8, 7, 6. Keep the tummy still. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straightening legs. Reach. Think about hollowing TVA down towards the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Ready to go again for toe taps. I'm going to start from the tabletop. I'm going to add in here, opposite arm lift. 4, 3, and 2. Find the pelvic floor. And 1. Pulsing at a hover for a progression. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to a teaser. Lift chest, shoulders back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 2 sets left. Here we go then. 4 toe taps. 4 and 3. Find the pelvic floor. 2 and 1. Tummy still. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Lift chest if you're in your teasers. Take your shoulders down and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Last time. Imprint lower back down. Ready then. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tummy still. Hollow. TVA to hips. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lift chest in teasers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Full body stretch. Give everything a little bit of a squeeze. Scrunch fists, point toes, lift shoulders to ears, scrunch up your face. Squeeze glutes, pull tummies in. Big, deep breath in. Maybe to the count of 8. And then a big exhale. Relax all the muscles. A couple of easy breaths. Just bending knees and hands on hips. Take a heel slide and then a recenter. Going back to that original focus we were having when I was doing the knee drops to the side. You're thinking about the imprint, the lower back. You're thinking about the hips being still and not tilting. See if you can relax the shoulders here as well. Adding in, we're going to just bring hands behind head, so look towards the knees. And then I want you to really think about this control and the focus then on the lower back, the hips. I mean, you're even looking at them in this position here, but you're really going to feel if anything's moving. Progression-wise, you can take it to your tabletop, single leg stretch from there. And this is a bit more work with an extension, so you will feel the test on the control here. You're going to feel the lower back kind of shake, mind shaking, just to keep that control in there with the hips and the lower back imprint. 4 more, breathing out for the extension, hollowing TV to hips, drawing in pelvic floor. Last one, keep the control. Hug knees into chest, bring the hands down and then extend. Hug knees into chest, hands down, extend to double leg. So just a little bit of a support, almost press down with the hands, and you can almost feel the backs of the arms engage. Length there at the back of the neck. If you're happy with that, you want to work harder, arms over the head as you extend. Now you can either think about cactusing arms and then a little bit of a reach. So you can almost go to cactus, like a relaxation part, and then the Y shape. See how you feel. You might just be working on the first layer. 3 more. See if you can breathe out into these final bits of extension. And last one. Then bend the knees, place the feet down on the mat, cactus out the arms, breathing out, let both knees drop across to one side. Now there's a couple of options in here, and I'm going to take my feet as wide as the mat and then drop, just to get a little bit more space around the hips, the lower back. So we've done a lot of kind of lower back stabilizing work today. But obviously if you like your normal move of tabletopping, coming across and extending, a little bit more work with the core, go for it. But if you just need a release now, go for a nice wide spine stretch. And you should feel the chest stretch in there as well. You can simply hold or you can move through. We're going to go for about 2 more deep breaths, so whichever one you're on. Last time, last breath. And then from there we're going to stretch. So start with the hamstrings, hug one knee into the chest. And just notice, do you always do this leg first? Because I just thought, yeah, I always do this leg first. That's funny, isn't it? Notice what's happening in the hips. We're not tilting in the hips to get into this stretch. Straightening that leg. Let's find some hamstring work. Last week we did those progressive stretches in the hamstrings, but I'm going to do a little bit more time on glutes. So push away at the back of the knee. Just take a 30-second stretch. If you want to do more, maybe just at the end of the class, do your door frame. It'll only take about 3 minutes stretching on your hamstrings, like we did last week. Again, just slowing down the breath. You can always imagine as you inhale, sending that inhale towards that leg. Now work with this same leg, bring it across, place it just above the knee for the glute stretch. Now flex this foot that's lifted above the knee. Push away the side of the knee. Now you might get your stretch enough in there by squaring your hips. So don't let your hips tilt. Keep your hips square with this and push away that knee. If you want a little bit more, you could take and hold under here. Try not to come and crunch all the way in here because it kind of undoes all the work we try and do on posture. But also try not to let this happen and the chin go up to the ceiling. So just keep a little bit of awareness of the back of the neck whilst you're doing this stretch. But keep engaging. Keep thinking about flexing this foot or pushing away that knee. Feel the glutes getting a little bit of a pull and a stretch. And placing that foot down, tilt the whole thing, so just let it all drop to the side. Extend the arm, the opposite arm out for a little bit of a chest stretch. Just 3 breaths here if you can with belly breaths. So fill out the belly with air, lift it up to the rib cage. Gently bringing that back up to center. We'll do those kind of 4 things on the other side. So hugging knee into chest, noticing what's happening with the hips. Also with this other leg, you know, this spare leg, like we've got spare legs. 3 legs, 4 legs. Just notice if your foot's turning out to the side, or just try to see if you can keep it parallel, keep it hip width. Then we can extend out. For your hamstring stretch, push your weight at the back of the knee, 30 seconds. I mean, often flex the foot as well, because it just gets that real central hamstring, a really good stretch than if you just have the leg relaxed. And again, we're noticing again what's happening with the shoulders. We don't want them up near the ears. Shoulders relaxed, lump at the back of the neck. Hips aren't tilting or twisting. Slowing down the breath. And then from there we go to our glute stretch. So just placing that foot just above the knee, flex this foot. And then you can think about what's happening with the hips. If you tilted or twisted in here to get in that position, then see if you can push that knee away, but you're holding on to the ankle at the same time, right? Sometimes to stop the hips twisting a bit, a little bit of pelvic floor can help, a little bit of core. Shoulders relaxed. Maybe you're holding on underneath to get there as well. Prefer that one. Try not to lift shoulders up to ears or compromise the back of the length at the back of the neck. Should just feel that glute get a little bit of stretch, a little bit of space. Oh, I just heard the grandfather clock. That was what that was. I was trying to work out what was that bell. And it was the clock just outside the door, so that means it's 8 o'clock. That's okay, we're nearly finished. Then go for your tilt over. See if you can get that foot down, then extend the arm out to the side. Lovely little hip stretch in there. 3 deep breaths if you can, the yogic breath, so belly breath, and lift it. Should feel super spacious around the hips and glutes after this one tonight. Re-centering, just hug knees into chest, and we're going to rock ourselves up, so chin into chest. See if you can rock up to hover, C-shape the lower back. We're holding on, rock it back. 4 of these. Pull in the core and work with your hover. Rock it back. It's almost like a massage here for the spine. Finding some balance. Chin's down towards the chest. Just one more. Spinning round, facing this way. Just last one, a spine twist, so cross the legs, or leg straight actually if you prefer. Grab a block or a cushion. Thanks, Chris. That always reminds me, actually. Palms together, breathing in, get tall. Try and get tall at the back of the neck there as well. And then just breathing out. Take it so the elbows, when you're looking down, are just either side of one leg crossed. And then breathing in center, breathing out of the side. So it's not very far that we're twisting around. Breathing in. And you can use your yogic breath again on this one. Start in the belly, lift it. For your in-breath, and then for your out-breath, think about where you're feeling it on the twist, those long strands by the spine. Thinking about getting a little bit further each time. Last one. Centering, just a butterfly stretch, so feet together, hold on to the feet. Breathe in, get tall. And I'm thinking lift up the chest, take the shoulders back, show you sideways on. And then breathing out, just completely relax. Almost like the cat stretch we did earlier. And just work through 2 of these. Or 3, maybe it feels quite good, doesn't it? Let's go for 3. Breathing in, get tall, inflate the lungs. Breathing out, just relax, chin down to chest. You know, your shoulders can come up around your ears. Last one. So we're finished there. Namaste.